challenged due to the lack of structure we saw at school. If you look at the statistics that are in your Nehemiah packets, you'll see that at Lakewood Elementary School, only 23% of third graders could read at grade level, meaning that 77% cannot read. As a retired educator myself, I am appalled to see how the reading scores are for Pinellas County schools, especially in South Pinellas County. From what I have seen and heard about direct instruction, I am most impressed by its structured curriculum. The fact that our schools are failing our children is unacceptable. About 10 weeks into the school year, my granddaughter was accepted into a magnet program where she could receive a different curriculum, a more structured one. We shouldn't have to worry about moving our children from school to school because we should feel confident that all our schools are performing well and teaching our kids how to read. Every child deserves a quality education and an opportunity to succeed. I support the idea of implementing a curriculum that has been shown to be successful so that parents and grandparents do not have to worry about school transition in the middle of the school year to make sure that children are receiving the education they deserve.
I'm Montez Shelby, and I attend Western Trinity Catholic Church. Many of you may remember my testimony from last year, or remember reading the story about my grandson in the newspaper. My grandson went to Melrose Elementary and was held back because he could not read. After a teacher suggested for the second time that we hold my grandson back, we took him out and put him in a private school, Academy Prep. Now he is doing well and can read on grade level. It was not the fault of my grandson that he could not read. It was the fault of the curriculum. I'm angry that I'm here in front of you again. After a year, nothing has changed. There are still children not learning how to read. There are still schools that are failing. And we need a serious solution for a serious problem. After 2 years, it's past time to try an effective core reading program in one school that would cost nothing for the district. I have witnessed what it is like to see my grandchild fail, and I would not wish that on any other grandparent or parent.
Our school district is failing our children. It saddens me that it has become the norm that students from high poverty, high minority areas are unable to read grade level. A former superintendent looking at the list of those schools said, "Of course these are the schools that are failing." What do you mean, of course? She considered it normal for students who live in high poverty, high minority schools not to be doing well. This under-the-surface discrimination is not right. I can't support a culture that accepts almost half of the children not being able to read on grade level. Can you? Please look in your packet and to see the latest reading scores for third graders from some of our high poverty schools. This is a travesty. For example, at Fairmont Park, if you randomly pick 10 third graders, only 2 of them will be able to read. And we know that if a child cannot read at grade level by the 3rd grade, there is a huge likelihood that the child will drop out before graduation. And if a child does not graduate, there is a higher probability that child will end up in prison. We need to stop this school to prison pipeline. Instruction, a nonprofit organization often referred to as NIFTY, has an established track record of improving reading in schools that are performing poorly, with similar demographics like some of the schools and their reading scores here. And it's called direct instruction. An extensive study recently found that direct instruction is the only program that showed consistently strong results with students of all ability levels and ages, regardless of what students' subject matter it was. NIFTY has offered to implement direct instruction in one school for 2 years as a pilot program to show our district how well it can work here at no cost to us. Free materials, free training for teachers, consultation and evaluation. It is time to try at no cost to us this new program, already proven effective at a time when current programs are not working. Don't you think so too?
Why not try something new in one of these schools? Our schools are failing. Both Jacksonville and Fort Lauderdale said yes to this offer to do a free pilot project. But our school district still has not responded. Tonight, we're asking the superintendent to lead our district in a new direction, to hear the cries of the parents, the grandparents, and concerned citizens to try something new. Now, I don't have a PhD in education, but I know what I saw when I visited NIFTY School in Baltimore. I saw something I seldom see in Pinellas County. Lots of poor black kids who were sitting in their seats, well-behaved, paying attention, and not only could they read at grade level, they were excited about learning. For 2 years, 2 years now, the district has been unable to show us any data that the core reading program currently being used in our school is effective with high poverty children. We have great respect for teachers in our schools, but they are not being given proper tools to work with. We need to stop being the district that is okay with the status quo. We would like tonight to recognize 2 of our school board members who are present with us, Linda Lerner and Renee Flowers. We'd ask them to stand. They have said that they will support the superintendent if he decides to do a pilot project. We know that it is the superintendent's decision if he wants to see a certain curriculum in a school. Superintendent Greco is not here with us tonight. We are very disappointed that he is not here to address the serious issues in front of 3,000 concerned parents and grandparents. He has sent area superintendent, Dr. Barbara Hires, to represent him. Dr. Hires, will you please stand? I ask you tonight, are you able to make and to speak on behalf of the superintendent and make commitments on behalf of him?
Due to the reference of the word direct instruction as a core curriculum, I respectfully have to say, not at this time.
Not able to speak?
Not at this time.
In terms of commitment for the superintendent?